Okay, this is my first full day in Oaxaca. As you can see, everything is pretty much dried out from the hurricane that passed through yesterday. Streets were a little bit flooded, but electricity was on, and it looks like our plane delayed itself a little bit in order to miss the worst of it. So when we arrived, it was raining. By the time we got to our hotel, it was more of a very light rain, and then it dried up altogether. And right now we have sunny skies, and must be about 77 or so degrees. It's quite comfortable. So I'm just going to take a little pan here of Fusicolo. It's a central meeting place. I've heard they have a lot of protests here, but during the day, at least right now, everything is pretty calm and peaceful. A very pretty little gazebo. And lots of places to sit and pass the time. And you can see even right now it's about 10:30 in the morning and it's already pretty busy. I came across this artisanal market here in the Central Historic District of Oaxaca. And they have just some really beautiful art by the indigenous Zapotec people. I just wanted to share that here for a minute or so. They're pretty psychedelic. I guess those are hedgehogs. $195 pesos is about $10 for one of those. Well, that's one of the big attractions of Oaxaca are the handicrafts, and this is certainly a good place to go. Can also easily enough go to some of the villages outside of town where these are made, handcrafted of course, and buy them directly from the people who make them. I'll be back soon. I just had to show you a little bit more about some of the arts here. We looked at some of those little psychedelic statues. I actually bought a little hedgehog because I liked it. And these are all hammocks. And just looking at the prices here, they seem to be anywhere from about $60 to $150. And again, I believe these are all handcrafted, and the designs are really beautiful. They seem to come in all different kinds of shapes and sizes. There's one they had extended on the wall. I could about live on that. And then there's a lot of different food items here too. A lot of chili sauces, different moles. This area is famous for having at least 7 different moles. And Oaxaca chocolate, which is also famous. So I didn't really come here with the idea of doing a lot of shopping, but the best laid plans and all that, it looks like I'm going to be coming back with more than what I came with. It's my first time here, and I must say I'm impressed. There's just some beautiful parks and plazas, churches, lots of museums. This is my first day here. I'll be here for about a week. But I think one of the important things is seeing the big markets and see what kind of things are on offer. So I'm here at the Mercado de Benito, Juarez, which is one of the major markets in Oaxaca. And I'm just going to take a walk inside and see what I see. Buenas tardes.
Un poco, sí, ajá, sí, mijo. Ah, bueno, entonces llevo un saco nomás, así. Bueno.
This art is typical of Oaxaca. very psychedelic. It's most of it comes from the indigenous people called the Zapotecs. I was in a market earlier and got a little hedgehog that looks quite a lot like that fellow. And they come in large and small. These are little ones. This area is also known for textiles. Again, most of the people who make these are handmade. And they come from the indigenous people that live in town and around town. I think those are some type of insect that Oaxacans like to eat. On this trip, my husband has agreed to try eating a grasshopper. It's one of the national dishes here, apparently. I can't say he's looking forward to it, but he agreed to, and I didn't, so that's what we're going to be doing shortly, and we may actually do it in this market. Buenas tardes. Oh, look at these beautiful dresses.
Yo al principio pensé que era de una niña o algo así, ¿no? Yo creo que las abuelitas de antes eran más bajitas, eran con dreads.
Here's a few more sights from the Benito Juarez market. One thing that's really huge in Oaxaca is Mescal. And you can see here all the different types. This is actually a pretty big store, and he's just got probably 1,000 varieties of local Mescal. Similar to tequila. We tried a little bit here yesterday, and it tastes a lot like tequila, only maybe a little bit smokier. So other Oaxaca specialties that this shop has is Oaxaca chocolate. And again, it comes in lots of different varieties. They have orange, chili, vanilla, chipotle. So lots of different varieties of chocolate, and mole. And mole is a type of Mexican sauce. It's a specialty of Oaxaca. There's at least 7 different varieties. This store has different black moles, red mole, mole Colorado, red mole. So that's going to be one of the places we'll be eating at while we're here, is a restaurant that is famous for serving the 7 moles of Oaxaca. So sometimes when you're exploring a new area, you just happen to see something that makes you go, wow. And that's what I just found. This is the Plaza de la Danza in Oaxaca City. And some ancient historic buildings here. I don't know if I mentioned, but the entire city is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. You can see the mountains here in the distance. Some sort of stage there. Here's another grand church. So I'm just seeing a lot of areas here that are really attractive. It looks like it's possible to go inside of most of the buildings here, and I'll be doing that shortly. A lot of stairs that seem to lead to the top of this dome here. Kind of zoom in so you can see it. idea what's up there, but we'll see if the weather holds up. I think I'll try to go inside and check it out. Okay, so I've gone down now from where I was a moment ago, and I'm standing here at the entrance to that church. The artwork here is just really good. So it just goes and goes. I'll just take a look here inside. A beautiful church, beautiful historic building. Okay, this is my second full day in Oaxaca, and I decided I wanted to go to the area called Monte Alban, which is a major UNESCO World Heritage archaeological site that was inhabited 2,000 years ago by the indigenous Zapotec people. And what we're seeing here, they didn't actually live here, but they did a lot of trading and a lot of spiritual practice. So we're seeing the old temples. It's a very large site. It's actually 12 square miles, and parts of it are still being excavated. The Zapotecs are still very much a present force in Oaxaca. They are known for their textiles. They have their own language. There's several different languages actually, Zapotec, as well as written languages. So it's a pretty neat place to explore if you do come to Oaxaca. I definitely recommend that you put this on your itinerary. It's only about 30, maybe 40-minute drive from town. We took a taxi, and he dropped us off and made arrangements for him to pick us back up and bring us back into town at this afternoon. So very easy to get out here. You know, in exploring Oaxaca, one thing that has really impressed me are the murals and the street art. This is just like living in a living museum, and it just seems that almost every building that you go to, at least a great many of them, have the most amazing artwork. I'm just taking a walk here in what's called the Barrio Jalanego. And these are just private residences. It's along a pretty quiet street here. So today I took a day trip to the archaeological ruins of Mitla. This is actually the second most important archaeological site in Oaxaca State. It's about 45 minutes or so from the city. And the thing that they're really known for here, it was built several hundred years after Monte Alban, where I went the other day. And it's in a very different style, and you can see the mosaic work that was done in the stone here. This is all original. That's pretty impressive. This was inhabited also by the Zapotecs, the descendants of which still live in Oaxaca. But it was different from Monte Alban in that human sacrifice, which was not practiced there, is very much a part of the settlement here in Mitla. So people say that Monte Alban was a normal settlement, but the Zapotecs who settled here were a cult. Anyway, it's a pretty interesting place. It's quite extensive. Much of it is still standing, and some really pretty cactuses around here too. So this is a pretty neat day trip to take from Oaxaca if you're in the area. I would definitely recommend making a stop here. Okay, about an hour or so from the archaeological ruins of Mitla, we drove way up about 7,000 feet on a windy dirt road, and then partway back to a place called Hierve de Agua, Hierve Deagua. And you can see the countryside here is just gorgeous. There's actually a small town just about less than a mile from where I am right now. Between Mitla and that small town, there was just nothing. Some cornfields built on the side of mountains and not much else. But Hierve de Agua is known for being a swimming area, and they've done some improvements, but most of this is quite natural. And one of the big attractions here is what they call a petrified waterfall. So I'm not sure if I'm going to be hiking all the way down there or not. We'll see. It's getting warm and it's a pretty strenuous hike to get there. But at least we can get a pretty good overview of the area. And really is very pretty. So again, if you're in Oaxaca City and want to take a day trip to combine the archaeological ruins in Mitla and a trip to Hierve de Agua, really makes for a very good day. Not putting too much into a day. Okay, this is the last stop I'm making on what's been a very busy day. From a day trip from Oaxaca, started out going to the archaeological site of Mitla, and then went on to see the petrified waterfall at Hierve de Agua. And now I'm at what's called the Arbre de Tule, or the Tule tree. And this is a 2,000-year-old tree. It reaches a height of 42 meters, which is about 120 feet. But the trunk is just absolutely massive. I'm just going to take a walk here and show it to you. It's quite beautiful. On the same grounds here is the church. This is the town of Monte. And here's some fireworks in the distance. That's pretty popular here in Mexico. But here's a look at the church. So if you do come to Oaxaca and taking a day trip, I'd really recommend this one. It's really interesting. I hired a driver for the day. It's costing a bit under $100. And it's just been an incredible trip all the way around.